Hi, my name's Nick, and welcome to the Painter's Mess. So, I've officially mobilized in preparation for my upcoming deployment, which means as a reservist, I am now on active duty and I'm kind of in transit doing pre-mobilization paperwork and all of that. So, and training and stuff like that. So, I have officially left my home, which I leave behind my wife and my daughter and my dog to come down to, I'm in Fort Worth currently, and I'll be here for another couple days. And then I go over to Fort Bliss in Texas, and I do some combat arms training, basically like how to move with convoys and how to protect myself while I'm out in the Middle East if it ever occurs. And then I'm on to my ultimate duty location, which is out in the Middle East. So that's kind of the update of what's been going on as far as I've started. I'm there. As far as the channel is concerned, I've noticed an increase of views on a few of my videos and even a few more subscribers. And I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart that even though I haven't posted anything in almost like 45 days now, obviously there's a lot going on in my life, and it makes me feel acknowledged, and it makes me feel good that I have some increase in views and subscribers in that time that I haven't posted anything. Not because I don't want to, not because I'm not doing the hobby, not because of any of that. It's because there are priorities in my life that come first, and I want that to be part of this whole channel and kind of what I hope to gain in the next year of hopefully making some kind of content for everybody. So obviously the big thing is what comes next, and I don't have a lot of things to do in my time right now in regards to the hobby. So I do have all of my hobby stuff packed up. I have a bunch of models and stuff at home packed and ready to be shipped out to me when I get to my final destination. But I forgot to bring anything with me in regards to an actual physical model. I brought my paints, I brought my brushes, and I brought all these supplies and stuff like that. And I was going to bring the model that I intended to start painting for Resin Beast at Adepticon this year. I had entered last year and I wanted to enter something else, but obviously, I'm not going to Adepticon because it's in March and I won't be back by then. But I intended to paint the model, and I left it packaged on a shelf at home. So I actually have no physical models to paint, but I have all of my stuff to use to paint. So I'm kind of in this awkward limbo of not being able to paint, stuff like that. Now I could leave, and I think I might do that today. I'll leave the base. I don't have a vehicle, so I didn't get issued a vehicle this time. And where I'm at in relation to the gate is probably about 1.5 mile walk to 2 miles. So I have to walk, get an Uber to Games Workshop or to a board game store or anything like that, like a friendly local game store. Pick up a model, Uber back, and then walk another 2 miles, all in a short amount of time, just to paint one thing, and then obviously build it and all that stuff. So I might do that this evening. I don't really have any plans, and then I'll start prepping for tomorrow is my next transit day, and I'm leaving Fort Worth and heading out to Fort Bliss. So it's like an hour and some change flight just to get over there. So and then check in and all that other stuff. So I've spent most of my time, honestly, watching TV and starting to exercise again, and then just kind of dreading and thinking on how I want to go about this. Obviously, even this video is, long overdue, and it's hard to get back into the swing of things when there's so much change and so much going on that it's difficult to like have the motivation to do stuff specifically with the hobby and stuff like that. So as I say that, I will gladly admit that I have a lot of anxiety in regards to sitting still and not doing anything. It's very difficult to sit down and not actually have a plan of like what's going on. And I apologize, they're doing some construction outside the window. But like it is, I have my schedule and I know what I'm doing. But on the free time that I have, the free time that I have, it's very difficult to sit still and not have the feeling that I have to be doing something. I have to be taking care of my daughter. I have to be taking care of the dog. I have to be, some kind of active, cleaning the house, doing something. I'm sitting here and I have all of this free time. And one, I have no models to paint, which is, its own thing. But I'm sitting here in my own thoughts, and I'm sitting here in it just I don't want to say that it's like despair, but it I will gladly admit that it kind of is, because there's so many changes going on and it's so stress inducing. Just even the thought of like being deployed as an active duty person, there's a lot of stress that goes into that. You got to make sure everything's taken care of and all of that. And last time I was deployed, which was in 2017, I was uh, single-ish. I was dating my wife at the time, but we weren't living together. We didn't have a kid, and it was, I'll talk to you when I can, and I will see you when I get back, and all of that. But now life has changed, and I have all of these other responsibilities that I now have to pass on just to her, and I'm sitting here in a hotel room by myself where I can relax. I can, sit and watch TV. I can eat whatever I want. I can do all of these things, and that freedom, obviously if you're single, that freedom is there, but like that freedom from responsibility in regards to family life is difficult. It is difficult to let go, and it is difficult to be away from, because that was your life, right? And now it has changed, and now I have all of these other things that are going on as far as getting ready, prepping, and all this, and all these other responsibilities to make sure everything else is taken care of. And then when it is, because I've made sure that I've done that in the last couple months, is try to get all my paperwork done, all of this other stuff done in preparation for this moment. I have this time to sit and think and stew and be alone, and it is terrifying. It is so scary, because I can sit here and I can doom scroll on my phone, and then I get sick and tired of it, because like it's nice to be able to do doom scroll at home, because like it's a pleasure, because you're always busy. So sitting down and doom scrolling is like, oh yeah, I finally get to relax. But when you have this time to doom scroll on your phone, why would you do that? Like, why would you want to do that? And right now, I don't want to do that at all. I can sit and try to play a video game, but my attention span is just so short that I can't be comfortable enough to do it for a long period of time. And I think that could just because I have such anxiety about this whole situation, and there's so much stress into deploying. And I'm sure that any of you who are either prior military, active duty, or reservists have the same feeling. And I empathize. I feel it. It is difficult, and I hope that you can empathize with me as well. And even if you don't have those experiences before, just know that like it's a real thing, and it's very stressful, and it's very difficult. So now that I'm done ranting about my feelings, I kind of want to just talk about like what's next for the channel. And I do want to make a video of all of the things that I brought with me, minus obviously models because I didn't bring any. But I do plan on actually laying all that on the table, and kind of explaining what I brought and why I brought it. And it'll be kind of like a voiceover with a recording from my phone because it's very difficult to record because I'm using my integrated camera for my computer, my laptop, and then a little lavalier. So I plan on doing that. And then, once I get there and then once I get some models shipped out to me, I'm going to start building and painting again, and we'll kind of go from there. I do have I packed up a few things. One, I packed up my whole Death Guard army. And then I packed up a bunch of 3D printed things for Raven Guard army. I had prepped that. I spent like 3 hours doing that one afternoon, and then I spent like a week printing nonstop to have all of these things ready to make the really cool Raven Guard army while I'm out there. And then obviously finish some Death Guard stuff. So I packed up my Death Guard. I packed up Raven Guard bits and 3D print stuff, and then I packed up some other models in another box, as well as like display models that I want to paint that I had picked up at some point. Obviously, I don't know if I actually explained what the next part is, but I do plan on doing that one video and then kind of getting everything set up and explaining all of the equipment that I brought and all of that other stuff. So I have a really short memory, so I don't actually know what I say after I say it. So if I actually like repeat things, it's because like words are coming out of my mouth, but I don't actually process what I'm saying, and I have to go back and rewatch these to like see what I actually said. So I'm sure that happens to a lot of people who make YouTube videos and a lot of people who just like rant and talk, or maybe I'm just nuts. I don't know. But I want to thank you for making it to this point in the video. It's probably like, I don't know, 12, 15 minutes at this point. I'm just kind of ranting on. But I do appreciate it if you've made it this far, and if you want to hear about my experience throughout this deployment and all of that. And I think at some point I will disclose where I'm going and kind of disclose what I'm up to and all of that. But I'll throw some videos on there and stuff like that. Thank you for making it this far in the video. If you've made it this far, thank you for your support and the comments that I get on the videos and the likes and stuff like that. I greatly appreciate it. It makes me feel not alone, especially in this time where I am physically alone. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and go paint 1 mini at a time. My name's Nick. This is Painter's Mess, and I will see you in the next video.